Why do some men have absolutely stunning wives and still cheat on them? Let me tell you a story and you'll understand. In Chicago, an old homeless man walked into a bank carrying a worn-out backpack and announced that he wanted to deposit $2 million in cash. The entire lobby went silent. The bank manager immediately escorted him into a private VIP room. Once the coffee was poured, the manager couldn't help himself. He asked how a man like him had managed to save that much money. The old man smiled and said, "Truth is, I've never really had a job in my life. I make my living by betting with people and I've never lost." The manager's eyes widened. The old man noticed and said, "Tell you what, let's make a bet for tomorrow morning. I bet your right butt cheek has a birthmark the size of a handprint. If it doesn't, you can keep the $2 million. The manager thought it was ridiculous and accepted on the spot. The next morning, the old man came back with an elegantly dressed man carrying a briefcase. "This is my lawyer," he said. "He's here to witness everything for safety, like always." The manager took off his pants and said, "Fine, take a look." The moment they looked, the lawyer suddenly burst into tears. The manager was shocked. "Why are you crying?" The lawyer wiped his eyes and said, "Because I bet him $3 million that you would willingly take your pants off and show us." The manager's face turned red, then pale. He couldn't say a word. The old man patted him on the shoulder and said, "Never assume you're the smartest person in the room. In this world, what really matters isn't power, it's brains." After making his deposit, he calmly walked out. Years later, the same old man had grown much older and began asking for food at home. A delivery girl came to his door. Suddenly, he told her, "Starting tomorrow, knock on my door every day. I'll pay you $100 just to open the door for me. And if one day I don't answer, call the building manager." Lena thought about it and accepted. From that day on, rain or shine, she came every day. He would open the door and hand her $100. That was it. Over time, whenever she wasn't busy, she would stay and talk with him. Sometimes she brought homemade cookies and helped him tidy up. Little by little, the old man felt alive again. In the second year, seeing how sincere she was, he let her family move into one of his empty rooms. In the third year, his health got worse. One day, he held her hand and said, "Thank you for staying with me all these years. For the first time, I finally feel like I have a granddaughter. The house is yours and the $2 million in my account is yours too. You can keep all of it." But then came the real lesson. Later on, Lena wanted to start a business. One day they found a place she liked, but the commission people were asking for was way too high. The old man picked up a brick and smashed one of the windows. Then he left his contact information and said it was an accident and the landlord could call him to discuss compensation. The next day the landlord called. Instead of simply paying the damage and walking away, he used that call to negotiate and signed the lease for the space. Since Lena had no experience negotiating and wasn't even sure what kind of store to open, the old man came up with another plan. Instead of opening right away, he put up a for rent style sign and waited. Whenever people called asking about the place, he pretended to be the owner and asked every potential tenant what kind of business they planned to open there. After listening to all of them, he picked the idea that came up the most and opened that kind of shop. Just as he expected, the store became a success. Lena asked in shock, "How do you even think like that?" The old man said, "It's because I read a book that gave me this kind of thinking and wisdom. It's called People Skills. People love to talk about success like it only comes from talent, but real life does not work that way. A person can be hardworking, well-educated, and genuinely kind, and still get ignored, pressured, used, blamed, or completely outplayed by other people."